Hey guys, I'm in my golf simulator area and I'm here to show you a brief warm up. I'm going to do this before I hit balls, and I do this often on the golf course as well on the driving range, because you don't really need to have a full gym set up to do a warm up. You just really need a couple pieces of equipment. So you can use a golf club. I've got a Golf Stick Pro here that I have in my bag. I use it for warm up swings as well because it's got a heavy and a light end. I've got just a standard resistance band I grabbed from somewhere. It's really light. And then I've got a little block here, but you can use like a curb next to the driving range, like where the cart path is. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to warm up our legs. So I'm going to put these two things down. So like if I had a curb next to the cart path, I'm going to do a little hip stretch just to get my hips loose. We need internal rotation of our hips to play golf, and that's what most people lack, especially with back pain. So I'm going to rock back into my hip. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to take about 3 or 4 or 5 deep breaths. The goal here is to feel like I'm stretching into my butt. I feel a little bit of my inner thigh as well. Okay, so as I switch to my left leg, I'll show you from the side. So again, just propped up about 2 or 3 inches. I'm going to sit back into my hip. I feel this hip is behind my opposite, so my left hip's back. I'm slightly turned towards the camera. I feel a stretch. 4 or 5 deep breaths. So I usually recommend doing 1 or 2 of those. Then from there, I'm actually going to do a little bit of little sit back squats. When I do this on that curb, I feel my butt. So the goal is just get that glute warmed up and ready to go. Okay, so 5 to 8 of those. Then the other side. Same idea. I'm just sitting back, feeling my butt. Show you from the front side here. Sit back, up and down. Now let's say you don't have a curb or something to put your foot on. I could still do this here, stretch a little bit, and then do a few little mini squats to warm that up. Now we're going to warm our quads up next. I like using the golf club or the Golf Stick Pro for this. So what I'm going to do is have it out in front of me. I'm going to do a little bit of a reverse lunge, turn, come back. Again, I usually do about 8 to 10 of these myself. You can do 5 or so. All we're trying to do is get that quad warmed up, get a little bit of trunk rotation. Good. Same thing on the other side. So again, I'm doing a few here just to show you. Okay, so right now already we've got a little bit of hip rotation stretch, a little bit of glute activation, a little bit of quad activation. So we need all those muscles ready for our jumping and power part. Now, let's get the spine loosened up. So first, what I'm actually going to do here with my resistance band, I'm going to just do what I call letter T's. So I'm going to stand here, tuck my butt just a little bit, knees bent, so I'm in that level pelvis. So I don't want to do this drill here. I want to do it in this alignment. Okay? So I've got my knees bent, bottom tucked. Just going to pull the band apart, squeeze my shoulder blades. I'm going to do 8 to 10 of those. Once we get to 8 to 10, we're going to hold the band, get in golf posture, rotate around it. Feel those shoulder blades still working. So I'm just doing an airplane move. Next one I like to do is what I call open books with a band. So take my hands that are close together, open up the book, good. Just getting this to feel a little bit like a golf swing now. As a lefty, this is my back swing. If I was a righty, this is my back swing. But I'm going both directions just to get that chest opened up, shoulder blade working. That's typically all I do to warm up. Again, you can add a few more drills, but if you've got 5 minutes before you hit balls, getting these main muscles working. So we need hip internal rotation, we need chest rotation, We need to have a good stacked core while we do it. So as I'm doing this drill, again, I'm in the proper alignment, so I'm not here. If I do it here, I'm stuck. I can't rotate as freely. So if I tuck my bottom a little bit, I have more ability to rotate. So like we've talked about, if I'm in this alignment, I'm stuck. I can't freely move. So warming up with that feeling of a little bit of core engagement, a little bit of flexion in the spine. It's going to feel flexion. I'm pretty straight here. Boom. Get all that mobility from that. Hopefully that's helpful.